All right, good afternoon. Wanted to share some more concrete information of this whole scalar wave vibrational science, rather than just all of this barrage of words and and whatnot. I wanted to share a video with you that depicts the actual the underlying geometric patterns of all creation. Okay, folks, and then I wanted to just briefly delve back into the decoding the hive mind narrative and continue on with that. So here we go right here. I don't know if this sound will come through, but you'll at least be able to see you will at least be able to see the
film we're about to see has no characters.
You'll be able to see the way that the patterns from the salt on the speaker cones.
To describe to you the effect of cymatic frequencies. Well, that's it.
Okay, so I'm not, just because the sort of wonky nature of the way I have this podcast hardware set up, that I really don't know if that sound came through until I processed the video. But anyway, what that was all about was showing, they placed like sand or salt or what have you on top of speaker cones, and hitting that particular note, and a note within the the spectrum scale wave spectrum produces a certain hertz frequency waves, and then in turn that salt, which is just a blob of a mass of like undistinguished as far as geometrically shape wise, just a bunch of salt on top of the speaker cone, and when you hit that particular note wave, that's what creates the pattern, the note pattern. Just hopefully that will have came through, but so anyway, just like a radio can turn visible radio waves into sounds loud enough for you to hear, a cymoscope, which is the whole the speaker and the technology of the sound vibrations resulting or creating the geometric patterns. And so the images below are geometric images that speak the interdimensional language of scalar vibrational science and can be thought of as letters rather than symbols. These are the building blocks within real life as well as within holographic reproductions such as used in television and radio broadcasts, and are at the base of all particle physics. There you go, folks. Those are, as it's stated, the symbols of creation. And so what you see above are the 2D drawings on a flat surface to illustrate what a precise frequency tone looks like to the ether. Each image in real life are 3D, as in spherical form, as seen here. Creation of these forms rendered from 2D into 3D with a little bit more vectors of volume. included. So everything on the material periodic scale has a shape at the base of these spherical geometric configurations, whether it be wood, air, iron, or water. Below what is seen by the naked eye, all particles are structured. Therefore, all things have a geometry of how to assemble them using straight lines on a piece of paper. If you had a box of toothpicks and some glue, you could make the quantum image of anything from cotton to plutonium on your kitchen table. You can also make the same images and everything they build up to with your thoughts. And I do mean in real life, not just in your mind's eye. When an adult male intones the word through a mechanical tonoscope, which is the sound of the letter O, which is the universal worldwide symbol for the value of electricity, ohms, shown as ohm. It looks like this when turned into a visible image. That is also the frequency that that's what the Schumann resonance equates to, that the natural tone that the Earth atmospherics produce. So we have shape of Kilon Partiki grid at its lowest quantum, or the first command, ether particle, to begin the process of casting visible reality. Sound from an adult male, keeper of the blue flame. Let's see what that's all about. The zero at the center shown here by a single frequency is the base tone for all manifestation. It is the 0-point repulsion zone where nothing inside its diameter carries a gravitational signature and where time does not exist. This is the seed of manifest, material reality, intent of the sentient being who wishes to cast something into reality as commanded to the ether particle. Consider the O as the keeper of the blue flame, spark of your intent or thought. You are learning a completely new type of language, so I will be redundant when trying to get across what it is you're seeing. When an adult male intones the vowel, ah, it looks like this. The expression of the template that generates manifest or physical expression at the core of the hexagram tree of life is the signet Kilon Partiki particle. The hexagram is the action, the intent of the Partiki unit. And the O in the center is the signet Kilon that gave the first command for those particles to travel in that precise 6-point pattern. All right, letter A, that was from the vowel, and there you have the tree of life. When an adult male intones Om, which creates the seed of life circle at the core of every particle, and then adds the vowel Ah first, Om, creating the Om sound. It creates the seed of life, the tree of life, and then multiplies that tree into infinity, just like turning up the volume on your radio. This image shows the sacred mandala, multiplied tree of life hexagram, as gathered from around the world in ancient application. The top right image was made with a digital cinescope, just from an adult male saying, Om, into the microphone. There you go, folks. There's that's a 1,000-year-old mandala. There's the Om sound produced from what I've just been producing. So I've been making that. Sri Yantra Mandala, ancient water fountain. Here it is, folks. This is the building blocks. So the intent behind the mandala is life. Perfect, harmonically balanced life that resonates to your organic DNA structure that is still in the shape of the tree of life hexagram. Underneath the Anunnaki particle, explanation on this to come, that distorts its mission. Using this symbol in the middle of a water fountain will help correct the water flowing past it back to its original vibrational signature to support and preserve all biological things. That the ancients knew to use this precise geometric symbol in the middle of the fountain isn't surprising, and the image was no accident or coincidental pretty picture. The ancients knew it, and Edward Leedskalnin, the genius behind the famous Coral Castle monolith in Leisure City, Florida, knew it. His castle was made of limestone, nearly pure crystal, made of blocks as much as 30 tons each, which he constructed entirely alone and at night while nobody could see him, using anti-gravity to position the stone. This feat was magnified by the fact that Edward stood 5 feet tall and weighed only 100 pounds, so he was not using brute force in his work. In his estate is a fountain made out of a giant one-piece solid stone with a perfect 6-point hexagram at the center. Perhaps he didn't quite know about how to multiply the effect of the hexagram, but he certainly knew what it could be used for. There you go, folks. The more complex the ether command, the smaller 0 point at the center, not because it is less important, but because it is simply making room for the command. By the time you have added more details within your command, where they become nested as the multiple trees of life shown in the mandala, the 0 point reduces in size visibly to make room for the specifics of your command within the event horizon, the diameter of that one thought. While you can't see the O in the center of the geometric pattern above, it is there and will forever remain there as the tiny speaker, sending out the message to the ether particle. The command above tells the ether to revitalize life essence within the plasma field, surrounding the space where you visibly see the pattern. All things have plasma fields that continuously speak to the ether, which I will explain in detail as we go. The signet at the center of the fountain's plasma field would be large enough to treat the water within the basin to restructure it to its original genetic composition, so it will more powerfully support the life of anything drinking. You're about to learn that water is the liquid silicate, amino fluid foundation of everything you consider life within your holographic reality field. And every drop is infused with microscopic crystals that act like capacitors to power the mission of the intent. All right, I hope that kind of ties a few things in together. I wanted to also, now, real quick. Okay, so real quick, because the last video, it didn't come through, but this is Jason Shirka's website right here. Jason Shirka, this is the pyramid code. If you go to this URL and click on pyramid code, you can download this audiobook. You can get it in different languages, Hebrew, English. You can, there's that. But Raise a Light is another. It's available now in Hebrew and English. You can download that. TLS is the organization. Here's Jason. I don't want to play that video because I don't know if the sound will come through, but that's Jason Shirka. You can see all his videos on YouTube. So go check his stuff out. In addition to that as well, let me see here. And here is this is the actual document, pyramid code document. TLS, the Light System, is an undercover organization with branches in every major city around the world, which has been in existence for thousands of years. This is the first time in history that information about the Light System is being published. Raise a Light. So this is fascinating stuff. They came from the heavens. So I talked about this a little bit about how the Hebrew people and they sort of, because they were workers on this for these pharaohs that they inherited by proxy. They got all this information, their alphabet and their language and everything came directly from. So the pharaohs ruled all of Africa and a few other parts of the world for a very long time. I spent I'll just read it as the narrative as it is. I spent most of my life in the Holy Land, Israel, after leaving with all the Hebrews during the Exodus, also known as the period of the Great Confusion. I'm using the word Hebrew because we were not yet known as Jews. We only became Jews when we were given the Torah. Immediately following the event on Mount Sinai, when the Hebrews received the Torah, the term Yehudi, which means Jewish, in Hebrew came into being for the first time in the era of the kingdom of Yehuda in the year 3174, according to the Hebrew calendar, which is 586 BC, according to the Gregorian calendar. I will elaborate further on this later on. So they came from the heavens. The pharaohs came to our world from another star, another star planet. I believe they came from the Pleiadians, but I think I could be mistaken. They were sent here to control and change the earth and its inhabitants. The nation looked at them as the sons of God, also known as the Fatasol. This word here, Fatasol, that's it. Not it. Okay. So over time, the males of the Pharaonic race started having children with the human females of Earth, which is what caused the Pharaonic race to lose their spiritual power and pure essence. Their offspring was weakened. Fatasol, sons of God, Fatasol lost the intimate connection with their inner soul. They came here with incredible technological knowledge and the information that gave them the power to rule and build all over the world. For example, the pyramids. The original Fatasol were aliens who had high energetic powers, physical, spiritual, and healing energies. They were also able to call upon and physically speak with animals and higher powers. Rulers such as the Pharaoh and the high priest had the power of knowledge. So this is just the beginning of this document, the Pyramid Code document. But anyway, I think this will finally be a proper episode of Decoding the Hive Mind, since I kind of was able to get through chapter 6, finish that out, and catch up, provide some more actionable intelligence. I don't know, there must have been a sort of a different sort of vibe, a wind blowing this morning. I got off track a few times, but it's all relevant, and just kind of drawing it back in. But this podcast, it's called Actionable Intelligence, I guess. But anyway, it's all about disseminating good information and raising frequencies, breathing in good ass prana, the infinity breath, raising our vibrations and frequency, and ascending to the 5th dimension and beyond. Namaste, namaskaram.